I'm Dominique Green with Puppy Panda Crochet Co. and this is another crochet podcast. So it's been about a week and a half to 2 weeks since my last podcast. And the cat starts crying once I start this video, of course. So if you hear her crying, she's fine. She just wants to go outside, which she's not allowed outside. So, as I said, it's been about a week and a half since my last podcast. And in that time, I was able... Lord, this cat. I was able to get a mock setup. And I got a lot done. I also ran out polyfill between these past week and a half. So now, since I'm waiting for my craft show season to start, I'm just making the skeletons, so the outer parts of some items that I can do without having to get more polyfill. But since I did that mock setup last Thursday, I ended up putting everything that I had made for last week inside of my bins to be packed up in the car. So all I have is a photo, which I will put on the screen. And in this photo, I was able to make 9 of my small bees, a raccoon pillow. It's by Old Soul. Wait, no, it's not. It's from Spinning Yarn Crochet. And I absolutely love making these raccoons. I was also able to do 4 rainbow bees, 2 tigers, and I believe I did a lion. I'm not sure. And I was also able to do... Well, let me get my notes real quick. Oh yeah, I was also able to do some Triceratops and Octo. I did the Mushie boy. I believe the Brontosaurus are in there. I could be wrong. A weighted Dino. Yes. Some alpacas. And I did a no-sew cow, but the cow could be in my bag right here. So that was everything that I made for that, and I got pretty much everything done for my market, which is on the 8th of April. And now let me show you what I have physically with me. Well, first, what I'm wearing. This is a new project. It is a Hexy Cardigan made with Burnett Baby Blanket Dappled. And I really did not use a pattern, which is why you can see these giant holes in the sleeve. But what I did was I started in the armpit and I did half treble crochets with an 11.5 millimeter hook, since I know that this yarn is very, very hot and it warms up, so I was thinking that it would help with airing stuff out. So there are lots of holes. And then for the arms, what I did was I did chain 3s, if I can get it. Chain 3s, and I slip stitched them together. So that's what's on the arms, down the back, and on the other side. And then what I did when I went up the back was I did the chain 3s up the back, and then I started going around the entire border, so from the neck all the way down and around the back to give it 1 extra length. And that's how I made this. This took up 2.5 cakes, because they are in cake form, of the yarn, so I still have a lot left over. I'm thinking that I might make a lobster out of it. So this was a one-day project. I got it done really quickly. It only took up 8 rows from the armpit to the body, and then I had to put it all together, which I probably should have made a pattern for because the sleeves are very, very loose, and I didn't even sew it up properly. But it is what it is. I love it. It keeps me nice and cool / warm whenever I need it. So let's go on to what else I have finished this week. So let me get the bag open. So these items, I technically just finished them up. All I had to do was sew in the tail for the hats, and I had to glue the hat band onto the hats. So what we have here is my platypus pattern, and everything's already tagged. So this is my little platypus pattern. It's an absolute no-sew, except for the hat, but the hat just sits on top, and I hot glued this black band onto them. So it is a Perry the Platypus, or a platypus, and he has a nice little tail. Excuse me while I go deal with the cat. Okay, I'm back. So, yep, as I was saying, this is my Perry the Platypus, no-sew platypus. And everything is crocheted in. And then his hat is just glued on with the band. And then I only had to sew in the tail, which it's not the prettiest little ending. But yeah. So I made 3 of these little platypus, and hopefully they'll sew. I have also made, well, I finished up this turtle. So I did this little turtle. I believe this is chenille home in the thicker weight. And then this is Bernat Blanket Sparkle. And it's one of the blues, but it's not Misty Jungle Green. I know for sure on that one. So this is actually sparkle yarn. You can sort of see the sparkle. And I used 24mm ice. And what I did for this was I slip stitched in all the fins and the tail. So the only thing that I had to sew on was the head to the body, and then sew the body shot. But yeah. And these are amazing. I love this pattern. It's by Rose and Lily. But idiot me made the head thinking that I didn't have the head pre-made. Yeah, I had the head pre-made. So now I gotta make another turtle with the sparkly green head. Oop, we have a Corbin and a Nova. They decided to come back in. So you're interrupting my sir. Oh, he's a good boy. Okay, go somewhere else. Love you. Okay, what else did I make? I made a rainbow dino. This is the Sleeping Collection by KayteDids. Most of this yarn is Premier Parfait Chunky. I really need to go down on a hook size because there are so many holes, but it works for it. And for this, I did pink. This is a mango color. I double stranded Just Chenille, which is the Dollar Tree, key lime, and then turquoise. But yeah. And then I just embroidered the eyes with an acrylic yarn. So for these types of items, I actually put in 1 pound of weights. I put ½ pound of weight in the head and ½ pound in the body. So it's like an anxiety type toy. But yeah, I just really wanted to make this dino, so why not? And this is what used up my last of my weights, so I am completely out of weights. And I won't get any more until after at least my next two craft shows. Then I also made this little Bigby, and this used up the rest of my Bernat Sun Soaked. So I am completely out of Sun Soaked. So no more black and yellow bees for now. And I also went into my whip box and finished up this little crocodile. This is using chenille home in the color Agave, and this is the thicker weight with, I believe, 20mm eyes. It's either 18 or 20 for the eyes. And this is my No-Sew Nova the Crocodile / Dragon. It uses double crochet bubbles for the nose and triple crochet bubbles for the feet. And then the pattern also includes wings if you wanted to add them. So it would turn out like that little guy, but much bigger if you were to use the chenille home. I do have another little baby in here that also just needed to be finished from its tail. This is the baby version. I put some like hazel brown eyes, and this is with the chenille home light in the color Agave. So chenille home has two sizes. They have the light version and the regular version, and they are very, very different. So yeah. And then if I really wanted to, like I do for my dragons, I can curl the tail and sew the tail to the body, and then it would be able to hang up on its own. But I like the straight tail for my crocodiles. Okay. What else do I have? Oh, I have some baby sheep. This pattern is from Old Soul Crochet, my other favorite designer. And she did a crochet along in 2019 for Christmas in July. And she used her baby sheep pattern. So this was the first one that I did. And I put his tag on his ear, thinking that that would be a cute like cattle tag type thing. And I used chenille home slim / sweet snuggles light for the entire piece with a 6mm hook. So this is like, I think it's called Silver or something. It's either Silver or Skyway, but it turned out very blue tinted. And the nose is just like a dusty pink that I embroidered on. And then this is like a cream color. It's their off-white. But yeah. So this isn't that very difficult. Oh, he does have a little tail. You just make the arms, legs, body, head, both the ears and the tail, and then sew it all together. And then these are all bobble crochets. And what she usually does is she uses fleece, which I will show you on the second one. So this one's unweighted and really, really cute. Now for the second one, I actually weighted this one. So this has ½ a pound of weights in him. What I used was glass beads, or whatever they're called. They're glass. Put them in a nylon stocking and just put it in his body. So as I said, she uses fleece for the arms and the feet, and you just crochet onto the fleece and in the ears. And she also has a nose piece that's fleece, but I didn't want to use it because I had to I would have had to sew it on. So what I just did was use that dusty pink for it. So this one is like a greenish gray for the accent colors. And then this little multicolor variegated that's Sweet Snuggles Light. Sorry about that. I still used a 6mm hook, and for the eyes I used my own felt ties on both of them, and I just hot glued them on. So that's this little girl. Next up, we have a cow. I wasn't sure if this cow was in my previous, like last week's stash or this one, but we got this little cow. He's in that off-white color, the dusty pink, black, and I used sand or baby sand for the horns. And this is in the same pattern as my platypus. But yeah, it's a no-sew little cow. And he does sit on his own. Just not on a not flat surface. Okay, what else do we have in here? We have a bee keychain. This uses the chenille, nope, just chenille, in the black, yellow, and the white. And I used an acrylic for the strand, and then my little lobster clasp. But yeah, that is my little bee. I think I'm up to 15 bees now. I could be wrong. And then I also had a little bit of polyfill left, and this used up the rest of my polyfill. It's just a little leggy frog. And he has jump rings instead of the acrylic strand because I'm trying to use up my jump rings. But yeah, and I used 8mm eyes for him. But yeah, he's really cute. Oh, I have a second bee in here. So 2 bees. Yeah, this is a surprise to me because I just continuously make and I throw it in. Okay. Next up we have a couple of whales. This is in the thicker Sweet Snuggles chenille home. And then there's the white on the bottom that's the same. So I am actually going to record a tutorial for making these little guys, but the smaller version. And I use 18mm eyes. Okay, let's get this bag emptied out. So I got a couple done. This is with that variegated blue like the turtle. I just wanted to use up a couple balls of my yarn. And then I got another green and another one of the blues. And as I said, they're already pre-tagged. So all I have to do is put them in the proper bins and I don't have to spend hours tagging them all. So let me get these guys in so I can get this bag down. Okay. And then last but not least, I made another alpaca. This one, all I had to do was, I think I did this one from scratch. I think this one was from scratch. But I know one or two of the alpacas, all I had to do was sew it together. But yeah, this is the Old Soul Crochet alpaca, chubby alpaca. And they turn out so freaking cute. and I used 20mm eyes for him. And this was double stranding Bernat Baby Velvet, and then single strand of Chenille Home Slim with the off-white. And all of this was done with a 6.5mm hook or a 6.0. But yeah, really, really cute. I don't love sewing them together, but they just turn out so perfect. But yeah, that is everything that I have made. Next week's video will be a market vlog, as I have a craft fair on the 8th, so I will either get that video uploaded on the night of the 8th or the morning of the 9th. And then the next 2 weeks after that will also be a market vlog. And I am planning for this entire month to do a second video every single week. I have planned for a tutorial for the whale. I'm going to do a basics for what you need to know for my patterns, my crochet favorites / needs, so my favorite hooks, yarn, and all of that, and same with my market stuff, my favorite markets display, and then market tips and tricks, and there might be something else that I'm forgetting. But yeah, that's what's to come. This is mine and Cora's birthday month, so we have a lot planned and a lot of fun stuff to do. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!